Hey everybody, welcome back to Swift Lessons for another blues lead guitar tutorial. In about a week's time, I'm going to be heading back down to the Truefire studio where I'm going to be filming a few different courses, but the one I'm probably most excited about is called the Solo Bluesman. This is going to be a collection of 25 classic shuffle licks that are tailor-fitted to the given changes that you find in a 12-bar blues. So in preparation for that, I thought I'd share with you 3 of the standout licks that I'll be featuring in this course. We're going to take a close look at the fretboard, and remember, if you want to follow along, you can access my tab at patreon.com/swiftlessons, where I'm also going to have a Guitar Pro for you. Let's get started. Okay, a close look at the fretboard, getting started with lick 1 of 3. This one's going to take us from the 1 chord to the 4 chord and back to the 1 chord. It's going to look and sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and it drops us right back on the E7 chord. One more time real slow, get it into your ear, starting from that second measure of the E chord shuffling. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and a... Okay, so we started off shuffling over the E chord, going back and forth between frets 2 and 4, droning with the low E string and palm muting. 1, 2, and 3. Next we're gonna play. Alright, I'm sliding up into the upper extension of the minor pentatonic scale, key of E. Alright, that's going 2 up to 4 on the G string, and then alternating with the triplet. 3, 4, 3 on the B and G strings. So far you have one measure of music. 1, 2, 3. Alright, next we're going to go up a full step into BB's box as the 4 chord A or A7 comes in. Okay, so this part is making use of the BB's box position, which is always a full step up from the upper extension of the minor pentatonic or minor blues scale. Okay, so once again, get it into your ear. Okay, we slid up to the 6th fret of the G string, playing 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 8, with a nice, slow, soulful, slight bend. Okay, from here, we're going to be picturing the 4 chord that we're playing over top of in its E-shaped position, and we're going to descend down another scale. So switching scales in our minds, so that way we can transition to the next chord. It's going to be the minor blues scale with the addition of a major third. Okay, so the lick looks and sounds like this. 1. Alright, and just like that, we're back to the E chord. Okay, so right there we had a rest. 1. Alright, the first part there, breaking it up, that was 5 and 5 of the B and high E string, descending down with the triplet, 8, 5, 7. So far you have 1 and 2 and Next, minor to major third, 5 to 6 on the G string. Of course, you can double stop if you like. 1. Alright, then we're going to descend further. 7, 5, 6, 7. Alright, which sets up the E7 chord in its C-shaped position. Frets 7, 6, 7. Put that together and we have 1. Alright, and of course, if you like, you can get back to shuffling from there. 1. Alright, now let's put that entire lick together. It should sound like this. Getting started with the E chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a A. to the 1 chord E. Okay, very good everybody. Now we're moving into lick 2 of 3. This one's going to take us from the 4 chord A, back home to the 1 chord E. It's going to look and sound like this. It's real slick. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 1. Alright, and then we're back to the 1. Okay, once again, real slow, get it into your ear. 1. Okay, so that began picturing an A7 chord shape in the open position. I'm going to strike the root note. Then I'm going to hammer on the minor third up to the major third. Right there I played 1, 2, oh, 2. Next we're going minor pentatonic. So that was 3, oh, oh, 3, oh. You put that measure together and we have. Alright, next measure we're going to play. Before returning back to the 1 chord E. Okay, so right there we struck the root note again. It starts off the exact same way. But this time we're going to slide up to fret number 7 and walk chromatically. Alright, maybe I'm picturing BB's box or the A minor pentatonic scale. Because I'm going to be bending that 8th fret of the B string twice. Alright, and that note right there is always a very good note for transitioning from the 4 chord, for example, back to the 1 chord E, because it's the minor third in the key of E, a G note, which is always going to resolve nicely back to the root note E. Sets up a lot of tension. Alright, you put all that together and we have lick number 2. And back to our shuffle. Okay, very good. Now moving on to our third and final lick for today's lesson. This one's going to take us from the 5 chord B to the 4 chord A and then back home to the 1 chord E. Okay, but we're going to do it melodically. It's going to look and sound like this. A 1. Okay, so there I'm picturing the B major chord played in its G-shaped position, which is a little awkward, but it's very, very useful because it's going to overlap with the major pentatonic scale in that key. Alright, with that in my mind, I'm able to picture this great classic kind of Jerry Garcia-esque lick. Looks and sounds like this. First the root note. Alright, one more time. Alright, so I hit the root note, 7th fret low E string, and then I strum through a little bit of a B major chord, frets 4, 4, 4 of the D, G, and B string. From there, I'm going to start my walk up. Alright, chromatic on the B string, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, I'm going to arpeggiate the chord as I slide up in. Then reach for 7th fret of the A string. So far we have. Alright, and then finally to end the phrase, we're going to slide from 5 up to 6 on the A string. We can do the same thing now over the 4 chord A. Of course, I don't have to find the root note here on the low E string, I can find it on the open A string. right, before. Returning back to our shuffle, but if we want to sweeten it up, we can use this version of it instead, add in a harmony over this kind of basic extended shuffle. So we're going to play 2 and 1, A and G string, 4 and 2 of the same strings, 5 and 4. So. Alternating with the root note sounds great. Or maybe throwing in a hammer-on the G string. Alright, put all that together and we have B, a 1. Alright, just like that. Alright everybody, thanks so much for checking out this quick little blues lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And be sure to check out my existing courses at truefire.com via the link down in the description. I want to thank my patrons for making all these lessons possible. I hope you're enjoying those extra resources. And until next time, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore saying happy picking.